This is a podcast that dwells into topics such as games, movies, news, and even history. Today we've caught a wild horror game ranking in our spotlight, so stay tuned, because this is the Try-By Podcast, also known as Tripod.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen and ladies. Welcome to the Tripod, brought to you by Try-By. I am your co-host, Nelsk TK, and I'm here followed by Jada Ghost.
Hello, everybody.
And Demeric.
Howdy.
And today we got a pretty special topic. I think it's very interesting. I've been wanting to do this for a while. We are going to be ranking games, and not just any type of games. We're going to be ranking horror games on a website called Tiermaker. Y'all probably heard of it. It blew up some years ago, and we decided to give it a try. You know what I'm saying? So we got all types of horror games, ranging from like probably kiddish to probably some shit that will be in your nightmares. So without further ado, let's do it. Before we start, there's going to be 5 rounds, and we're all going to put a horror game onto the tier list, and we'll all actually rank them. So we bring our own game to the table, but we'll all rank that game to see where it falls. One might fall in the God tier, another one might fall in this god awful. So we'll see what happens. And the first person at home plate is Jay. So Jay, what game do you got for us today?
Today I have the Last of Us.
Okay.
And for those who don't know, The Last of Us is a part of a game where you're a father of this daughter who ends up dying at the beginning of the apocalypse, and you find this other girl that you have to smuggle across the state, and apparently she's the cure for it, and in the end you choose not to take her there. I mean, eventually you guys get kidnapped and you guys get taken to the hospital, but you ended up stealing her, and then that's just basically a brief explanation of it. It's a little messy, but it's the best I can do right now.
No, it's understandable, and they got a show, right?
Yeah, there's a show of it, and if you guys want to see more of it, there's also like a bunch of gameplay movies you can find on YouTube. And they're also, like TK said, they're also putting a show out on I think HBO Max, if you guys want to watch the show version of it. Overall, the game is about you as a father taking care of this little girl known as Ellie. So the two main protagonists is Joel and Ellie. And you have to go across the state and smuggle her into a Firefly area. Fireflies are a different type of government. You'd like to say there's military, and then there's the Fireflies. The military are very fond of them, and long story short, they get into a war, and you have to smuggle Ellie out to the hospital, and eventually later changing your mind and taking Ellie back, and basically lying to her at the end of the game, which leads into part 2, and that's just pretty much what I've got so far on it.
Wow. All right. So Jay, my question to you is, where do you think this shall rank? Where do you see this ranking?
All right, me personally, I've played it countless times. I've played it God knows how many times. I honestly would probably say top tier.
Okay.
The story is great. The gameplay is awesome. It's just it's an emotional roller coaster. You have to play it yourself or watch it yourself.
Yeah.
All right. Survey says incorrect. It's ass.
Damn.
I was playing. I apologize. I seen PewDiePie played it years ago, because this is it's an old game. It came out in 2013. Am I correct, or somewhere around there?
Yeah, I think so.
I think 2013, yeah. That's when it came out on the PS3, and then they remastered it for the PS4, and then they remade it for the PS5.
Yeah. I remember that. I didn't get into it, though. I just seen clips. But I would say from what I seen, I would put it at pretty amazing, probably. It seemed like it's a good zombie game. So, what about you, Merrick? Where do you think this shall be placed? Then we'll like do like a median, or what does it mean? Like we'll do the average.
Yeah. This is Outlast, right?
No, Last of Us.
Last
What?
of Us. What the fuck? Sorry. The Last of Us. So, personally, I don't really know much about the series. I've heard about it. I don't really have any comment about it. But if you guys think it's pretty amazing, we'll go with it.
All right, that'll work. Okay, next person stepping up to home plate is the Merrick. So, Merrick, what game did you bring us today? And please tell me it's not a Microsoft game.
It's
Is
not
it a PC game?
Well, there are some that are PC games. I mean, I'm obviously a man that plays on a goddamn PC all the freaking time. I barely ever play any console games, so yeah, most likely some of these are PC games. But for the one game that I'll bring up, just out of random, out of the 5 games that I have listed, we'll start with the one that has a bit of education, has a bit of challenge. It's kind of like hell. I think it is exclusive to PC.
I know what you're talking about.
It's Baldi's Basics. So, obviously I remember doing this as a video a few years ago. This is actually one of the 2 games I had on one of my older YouTube channels. The other one being FNAF, of course. But Baldi's was a game that I actually had a lot of interest in when I first saw it. And really all I could tell you is that it's really, really difficult. And not a lot of people would say it's a horror game, which I can understand why, but it kind of is in a way. It does have a bit of a jump scare feeling at times when Baldi just comes and gets you. It's a bit of a random game to put on here, but I was like, I'll throw it in here. But if I had to say anything for Baldi's Basics, like, obviously it's an interesting game. It's challenging. There's obviously a lot of weird characters that are in there. For the original Baldi's Basics, you know, it's just one map, and you're obviously trying to get all these 7 notebooks and everything, and the more notebooks you get, the faster Baldi gets. The faster his goddamn ruler starts slapping it, like, so hard.
He'll slap that arse.
So yeah, overall, the original Baldi's Basics game is good, but if I had to include all the other games in here, like the demo version, the camping version, they're all really good. Maybe not the demo version, but the full version, I believe is what it's called, or something like that. I somehow forgot. But they're also really good games. I think the camping version is in the full game as well. I don't know how I don't remember this, because I literally played this game a few months ago. But, anywho, if I had to say where this game has to be positioned, it'd probably be... I guess I would say, like, on a horror scale, I would say it's okay. But what do you guys think?
Yeah, I'd say it's okay.
I'll put it at actually pretty amazing. I like the lore in it, so I'll put it at pretty amazing. It's pretty
The
good.
lore is interesting. I don't really feel like the
So
lore
I
is
guess
obvious.
we can meet like at not too bad then. 'Cause
Yeah.
y'all
Yeah,
said
I
it's
guess
okay.
we could say not too bad.
All right, time for my game. The game that I'm bringing to the table. It's a game that I grew up with PewDiePie once again. I know I mentioned him a lot, but honestly, he's one of the first YouTubers I watched. Probably actually the first YouTuber I watched. And you know, I looked up to him when I was on my YouTube. I mean, I still am on my YouTube career, but thanks to him, I love YouTube. But the game that he played, and I feel like he got the recognition from, that blew him up, is Amnesia. He played a lot of Amnesia back in the day, and that's what at least made him stand out to me. And I like Amnesia: The Dark Descent. They did customizable maps, which I love, because it was so like weird. Like I remember there was a My Little Pony one. It was weird because it's like you can tell it's Amnesia, but I don't know. It's just weird. I think there's a Doctor Who one with those. What are those things called? Those metal things with like that move. I'm not a robot, or like I'm not a human. I'm a robot. What's the thing that got that type of voice? Man, I can't even think.
Animatronics? No.
No, it's not Five Nights at Freddy's. But anyways, Amnesia, I'm going to rank it at God tier. I would rank it at pretty amazing, but I'm ranking it at God tier because of the background it got to me. I love the game. The chase music or the chase sound that I can't even replicate it, but I can think of it. It's like it's not even music. It's like a scary ambiance, and your vision starts to go like nauseous. Bro, that's so iconic and scary. Oh man, So great. It's a great game. Actually, I think I actually played it. I played the demo on my aunt's PS4, I think. Yes, I did. It's not a thing. I know I did. It's the Dark Descent demo, which was years later. Or it might have been the actual game. I forget. I think it was the demo. But very cool game. I love it. I'll place it at God tier. What about y'all? Starting with Jay.
I've personally never really played it, but I've seen PewDiePie play it. I, put it somewhere between. I can't read that orange one. I'm blind. Oh my goodness.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, I'd probably put pretty amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't really have any opinion on it. I mean, just like the other game, The Last of Us, I don't really know too much about it, so I'll probably just say pretty amazing. Would I?
Okay.
How about? But the question is, will we put it ahead of Last of Us or behind it?
It really don't matter. It's the same.
No,
tier.
it really don't. It's just the same tier.
Yeah, but it depends.
Hello. I don't know why I was so pissed about that.
So,
Anyway,
what do you want to
all
bring
right.
to the table?
The second game I'd like to bring to the table is called Dying Light. I've played this game since release. I've absolutely loved this game. It first released out on the PS4, and when the PS4 first came out. And I'm gonna just explain the main story really quick. There's two stories. There's a DLC called The Following, and then there's the main story. The main story. Your name's Kyle Crane. You're looking for this cure, and there's this guy that goes by Solomon, and you can't really find him until you come across this guy in a tower named Raheem. Raheem tells you where he is. His undercover name is Rias. Long story short, you do shit for Rias, and then eventually he backstabs you at the end of the game and kills a bunch of people that you knew, and then you end up killing him in the end. And long story short, you find the cure, but nothing ever happens with it, unfortunately, because it's just a big old cliffhanger. It might be something tied to Dying Light the Beast that is coming out sometime in June. But yeah, I think June. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, overall, it's a zombie killing machine game. Literally, it's nothing more than just that. If you're bored, you get in there with your friends, kill zombies. You can do missions. You can pretty much do whatever you can do in an open world zombie game that they give you. Dying Light was definitely ahead of its time in 2014.
So, where do you put it on this ranking chart?
Honestly, do you guys have any comments on it?
Yes.
Have you guys ever played it?
I played it before. My dad actually has the game. It's a very great game.
Yeah.
I was young when I played it, so I was stuck like on a part. I forget. It was like a square arena, and there's like you hop on the van.
Yep.
I forget, but it took me like a minute to get out. But the home base, it's like a skyscraper, like a building, like a hotel. I remember that. That's all I remember really in the arena part. But yeah, it's a very great game.
I know that mission too. It's called I think it's called like the Pit or something, and you have to defeat this big ass zombie.
Yes. And
Yeah.
it's a very great game. So Dying Light, I'll probably put it, I need to revisit it. So I'll put it at pretty amazing.
I'd either put it at pretty amazing or God tier for sure, because Dying Light was really good.
Yeah, we'll say it's up there with pretty amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Merrick, what game do you got to bring to this dusty ass table?
So yeah, the game that I'm gonna bring up to this wonderful. Okay, so the game that I have this time will probably be a little bit more interesting. It is Sonic.exe. Now, I know maybe it kind of sounds like a broken record because we did mention this in the Creepypasta episode, but to go over it very quickly, it's a very direct game. If it was just Sonic.exe, it's just a very direct game. You don't really have a lot of variety. It's just one straight path to basically dying 3 times. But if there was other .exe games out there than just Sonic.exe for this list, there's a lot of good ones, but I think for now, I'll just say just for Sonic.exe, and there's really not a lot for me to say because I kind of already mentioned in the Creepypasta episode. I'd probably put it at A tier just because it's okay. The story isn't amazing. It's based off the Creepypasta, of course, but it's not just like godly amazing of some kind, right? Though there have been remasters that I'm sure have done a much better
What
job
game is
at
it?
making the game really good.
What game are we talking about? I
That's a very
forget.
good question. Yeah, I love
Sonic. I just said Sonic
Oh,
Odyssey.
I'm sorry, I kind of blanked. Sonic.exe, it's a very great game. I like it. I'll probably put that pretty amazing too, honestly. It's a creepy.
I don't know. I would
I mean,
highly
we already-
disagree on that.
I mean, we kind of got it loaded, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, but if it was just this game alone, it's not super developed. What do you have to say about it, Jay?
It's not super developed. It's an okay game. It's good enough to where if you want to play it at night and get scared, then you can go ahead and get scared. But it's
Yeah.
not like where you get to like I don't know like play like fucking Resident Evil or something and you'll end up getting scared shitless.
Yeah,
Even though you probably will, but it just depends on what it is.
yeah. The only good thing about the game is that it does kind of feel subtle. Like when I was like, 8 or something when I first saw this game, I shat my pants, okay? Fast forward to now, I still kind of feel scared with this game, but yeah, maybe I would probably put it higher, maybe it's okay.
I'll put that not too bad.
Yeah.
We'll go in the middle and the fiddle-ish, and we'll just say it's okay for now.
All right.
All right. What I got to bring to this nasty ass staple is Soma. Soma. I first seen Jacksepticeye played it. It's a game about where you're a human and you go to an appointment or something, and you're put to sleep with like anesthesia or something, and you find out once you wake up, everyone is gone. And now there's robots roaming, stuff like that. I've kind of forget, but as you slowly progress through the game, you meet this robot companion, and or she's a human or robot, I forget. But you slowly turn into a robot yourself because you keep on fingering this hole. Like you come across multiple holes and you finger them, and that's how you become a robot.
Wait,
and
pause. Hold on a second. Finger them?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really not lying. I think you even stuck your whole hand in there at one point.
Oh,
But
God.
yeah, and it sucks you, and it's pretty amazing game. And at the end of the game, his consciousness, everybody's actually on this like USB drive / Apollo mission. By Apollo mission, I guess better put it, a space mission. Like they're sent out into space on like a hard drive, and Earth is just left behind. I think it's destroyed. But yeah, robots roam, and you actually go underwater too, I think. It's a very great game. It's a horror game. Robots chase you, try to kill you, try to stop you. But yeah, it's a very great game. Very great game. I've seen Jacksepticeye play it. And the cool thing about Soma, just like Dark Deception, as you progress through the game, each time we return to the game, like the cover, like where it says like play game or resume game, the face starts to alter. So where Mario's hand is at, the cursor, that's like the final form it takes. Like it splits your face and there's like that red dot. Because originally, first it don't start like that. Just like Dark Deception. You start with the monkey. Then once you get to the chapter 2, you get that scary ass gingivitis.
We should
little
hold
girl.
off from that one after this one, actually.
I know. I'm just mentioning, just a cover.
Yeah.
But yeah. I will definitely rank this game a god tier. It's a god tier. It's a very great. I don't know if we ever have a god tier yet. We might. But god tier because it's just a fantastic. You will love it. So Merrick, where do you rank this? Like, how do you feel about, or both of y'all? How do y'all feel about this?
I've honestly played a little bit of it. I didn't like ever complete it, or I didn't even get halfway through the game. But I did play the intro to it, and it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I never played it. I just seen Jacksepticeye play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like some parts in the intro where I got stuck, and I eventually just gave up on it. But so far, when I was playing through the intro, it was like super good.
Yeah, it's a very great game. Like I always
Yeah.
mention it when I mention horror.
So, I don't know. Just like, I feel like a lot of these games that are on the list, I can't really say anything about, so. But, for what it is, it seems to me that it's pretty amazing. Maybe
Yes,
more
it is.
amazing than The Last of Us on this
You
list.
did not just say I'm a fan.
Okay, no, maybe,
It
okay.
really is, from what I know. All right, so Jay, what do you got to bring? Is it a retro game? Is it a digital game? What type of game do you got to bring, sir?
I'm glad you asked. It is one of the most interesting franchises on here. and honestly, one of my top 3 favorites. It is called Resident Evil 7. And if you haven't played Resident Evil 7, where have you guys been?
Yeah, like
It's
seriously,
on
where
PC,
have you
it's
been?
on console. It's people. Yeah, literally people.
Y'all wait,
played
y'all
it.
played it?
Yeah.
Yeah, where has it been? It's not like I've never touched this game before once.
I never played a Resident Evil in my
So
life.
basically, in Resident Evil 7, you're this guy named Ethan Winters,
Mhm.
and your wife ended up disappearing after a boat accident that caused the entire property of like this house like to be like kind of like possessed in a way. And you, as Ethan, you go explore, you find her purse, and eventually you find her, and she's possessed by this girl named Evelyn. And this Evelyn girl, she like possessed the whole family, so you have to fight throughout the whole family throughout the game, and you'll eventually like get to Evelyn, and you get to like get a cure, and you have to save either your wife or this other girl. And you know me, I have to go with the thick girl, so I have to go with my girl. No, I'm kidding.
Whoa. Whoa.
Near the end of the game, you do have to choose whether you can either save your wife or this girl named Zoe. Both do help you out throughout the game, which is a very hard choice. And it's just like a whole bunch of chaos mixed into one game. You get to play as Ethan, you get to play as his wife before the boat accident. And I feel like you should experience it for yourself.
Yeah.
It's a really good game.
Can I just
Yeah.
say something, Jay? I need to say
Go ahead.
this. I need to get this off my chest.
Go ahead.
What's her name? Lady Dimitrescu.
Oh
yeah.
no.
Fatty, bro.
Oh no.
Speaking
I
of
haven't played 8, which I'll let you discuss, but I haven't played it yet. I'm gonna play it one day.
Just because
Speaking
of
of that,
her,
it's on my list.
Yes,
I think-
of course.
just because of her, I'm not gonna say anything about it. You guys could say something about that.
Before
Oh,
we
man.
say anything, it is on my list. So when we get on that type of topic, then we can start talking.
Tell me all your adventures with her.
I got
Oh
you.
my
Wait till we get there.
God.
Wait till we get there. So,
So where do
honestly,
you rank this, man?
I honestly think I'd have to go with not too bad. Only being like throughout the game there's like a bunch of puzzles you have to like solve and stuff, and it's like just a pain in the butt. Like it's just it sucks. Like
Yeah.
there's like more puzzles than horror, and sometimes there's this guy that's chasing you while you're trying to solve a puzzle, and then it just gets all annoying, and then you exit the game and you say fuck it, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say not too bad because it has a good story to it. It's just a pain in the butt with the constant of enemies just swarming you while you're trying to figure out a puzzle.
So you'd put it lower than Amnesia.
In a way, yeah.
Okay.
Even though I got stuck on Amnesia and Soma, I prefer to play those games again than to play Resident Evil 7 again.
I'll put that not too bad. I only seen it. I never played it, but I'll put it on not too bad.
Okay.
So, the Merrick, what about you? What game do you got to bring? Is it analog? Is it digital? Or is it rock, paper, scissors, shoot?
I don't know.
Hey,
Whatever
rock,
it
paper,
is.
scissors, shoot.
It's probably rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, Bendy the Egg Machine.
Okay.
Sorry, that
Tell
was
us
such,
more about
that
that.
was probably the cringiest way to transition to the game, but I'm going with
That's
it.
alright.
Fuck
Tell us
it.
more about that.
Okay, so Bendy the Egg Machine. It's an interesting game. I feel like just like Sonic.exe, but also not like Sonic.exe. It's not really. It doesn't really give you that horror, if you know what I mean. Like Bendy playing the game, all the chapters, and getting a little bit into Dark Revival. It's not a bad game. I really like it as it is. But it's just not horrifying, right? It can be subtle sometimes, but there are interesting stuff about the game that makes it really interesting. Of course, you got the Ink Demon actively trying to harvest your soul, basically. And on the way, you get your friends like Boris, and, you know, later on you have Alice and all the others.
And Jacksepticeye!
Yeah, even Jacksepticeye was in there too. He was the tape player, yeah. Oh, let's not forget about that one dude who was like, I'm out of here. Love that guy. Bendy the Egg Machine, in my opinion, like if it was based on just horror alone, I'd probably say it's It's in the
Eh.
tier, yeah. But as it is, I would probably say it's not too bad. I like the game. I enjoyed it. What do you think, Jay?
I'd have to put it at a tier 2.
Yeah.
Like, eh?
Yeah.
I don't.
Eh.
I haven't played the game, to be honest with you. So I just.
Yeah.
I haven't played it either, but I've seen it. Especially, I seen the part where Jacksepticeye shout out like he played himself. You know, that was very cool. That was like the first time I ever seen that be done.
He played with himself. Oh wait.
Wait, no,
Oh
please
my
don't.
god!
Don't
Hopefully,
put that
I
in,
hope,
please.
Jacksepticeye, if
Please
you're
no.
watching this video, we don't mean it that way, okay?
I do.
No,
Whoa!
like he played the tape recorder. He played the tape recorder. Okay, I love Jacksepticeye. That's my guy.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Shout out to him. I've been rocking. What's the key is speed, or speed is key? Key is speed.
Speed
Happy
is
Wheels?
key! Okay, so yeah, I would probably... Yeah, we'll probably just say it's okay. Probably ahead of .exe by a mile at least. Just because the game... It does get a little boring here and there, but it's not terrible, I guess.
My game that I like to bring up is, if I can find it, yeah, it's actually part of the Resident Evil series, and that is Resident Evil 3. Now, Resident Evil 3 Remake, I never played it. I got Resident Evil 4, like the original, but I never played that. But it's my most favorite one I've seen, because boom, 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 boom. When you hear that, Nemesis is about to pop off. Now, I was going to choose Resident Evil 2 with Mr. X, but I just love Nemesis because the way he looks, the way he moves, you know, tentacles, he morphs. Like, he's like Darwin, the X-Men, because he adapts to his environments when he's damaged. So it's very cool. I don't want to get too technical with the X-Men fans, but I know Darwin probably morphs before he takes damage, whatever. But my point is, it's like that, something like that. But either way, I love Jill Valentine. I had a crush on her when I first when the Resident Evil 3 first came out, the remake. So yeah, it's a very great game. I love it because let me tell the description. I keep forgetting. All right, so Resident Evil 3 or Resident Evil as a whole is like the Umbrella. Speaking of Umbrella, it's an Umbrella corporation. They pump out like vaccines, which is viruses or something. Jay can probably tell you more about it when we reach RE8. It's basically zombies. It's a zombie universe. It's another zombie verse, but it's pretty cool because not only you got zombies, but you got these thing called they're not clickers. I think that's Last of Us. Lickers. They're called lickers, and they're like these mutant zombies. But even more tougher than that are the tyrants. So Mr. X and Nemesis, I believe, are considered tyrants because there's once humans but have been altered to like. It's so much lore into it. I'm just like breaking it down, okay? But yeah, they chase you. Nemesis chases you, and I just love RE3. The graphics are amazing. Jill Valentine is amazing. Jill is amazing, and Jill is amazing. Like, she's
I don't
great.
know if I would say anything about Nemesis being amazing. He kind of looks all fucked up.
That's the point. I actually had him as a wallpaper. I love him, and when he was in, like, I love the creature look. When he's first shown, he's wearing like this garbage bag, like this protection, and Jill's trying to shoot at him, but then he later removes that, and this fire is like branded across his chest as you hear his theme, like boom, 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 and he's moving towards you, and we get a close up on him. Like, that's at the beginning of the game. It's so badass. It really
Dude, for real.
So amazing. I suggest people play it. I don't know if you want to play that price. I haven't yet, but I will one day. But it's a very great game. Don't want to take too much more time. I will put this at God tier. This gotta go at God tier. What do you think, Jay?
Honestly,
Should we do the honors?
Yes, God tier. It has to be God tier.
Yes.
Because me personally, while we're on the topic of RE3,
Shout out to Carlos too.
yeah,
Oh,
shout out
yeah.
to Carlos, lifesaver, brother.
Yeah.
But it's a really good game. Even though I've gotten stuck on it many times, it's a good game to experience. Honestly.
It really is. Oh, and the dog part when he's like going across the buildings and he's circling you, bro.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
amazing. Or the final part where he turns into this big thing. Mario, if you don't know what we're talking about, you know the Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic. You know what's like the when they're all jumbled up into like one
Mangle?
amalgamation.
Enter?
No, like it's I think it's in I don't know. I'm trying to like relate it so you know what we're talking about. But it's just you got to play it for yourself, man. It's a very great game. Very great game.
Does sound like an interesting game. You know, again, I feel bad that I'm missing out on a lot of these. Again, I am not that. I don't feel like I'm that kind of person to get into these big games. But if I had to, there's at least a handful. There is actually a couple that we'll bring up on this list very, very soon. Actually, that I might have a say on.
Let's move on to Jada Ghost. Jada Ghost, what do you got to bring to the sci-fi futuristic looking table that might have came off of the Jetsons? What do you got to bring to that?
Start an upgrade.
Now, speaking of Resident Evil, I have Resident Evil Village.
Oh
on
man, please.
Table.
We got a lot of Resident
The table
Evils
just
on here.
shattered. The table just shattered from how amazing it is.
Yes. So I'm gonna break it down for everyone who hasn't played it or is playing it. So spoiler alert. Long story short, again, you're Ethan Winters. You're trying to find your wife again, because she likes running around. Okay. So you find this village, and there's like a bunch of like people that went missing, ended up dead, and you eventually find out there's these like lichens or something. I think that's what they're called. And there's like this like crazy villain family that lives there, and you have to defeat each and every one of them to get Rose's, which is your daughter, Rose's like capsules to like put her together. And at the end, I'm not gonna spoil the end, but at the end was crazy. And don't even get me started on that castle. Oh, I wanted her to bite me so bad.
Yeah, the dragon part. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Dude, the dragon part was crazy, and when she turns around,
I almost jumped through the screen, man. Nah,
dude, I was trying to be between them cheeks for real. My girlfriend's gonna kill me.
Oh man. Now we're joking. We're joking, by the way.
We're joking.
We're not that down bad.
No.
Maybe on some days. Nah, it's fine. It's fine.
Nah, only on Tuesdays. Gotta be Tuesday.
But yeah. So any more to tell us about this game? Or are you ready for the chart?
In the game, there are multiple different parts. In the beginning, you're in the woods. Middle of the game, you're in the castle, and then at the end, you're finally out in the village. And there's like a bunch of stuff you have to do in order to get to the last part of the game, which is in the factory. And then eventually you go back to the village, and that's where everything just goes to shit. And you'll know if you play the game. But yeah, that's all I got right there. And honestly, personally, I'd have to rate it God tier.
Yes, that's what I want to hear. Send that to God tier right now.
Would I say it's better than 3?
No, honestly, no.
Okay.
Well, Merrick, what do you got for the table that I had to fix because it got shattered from all the awesomeness? So what do you got to bring to the table?
Well, maybe that awesomeness might be cut short just a little bit, because for this one, we're gonna do Poppy Playtime.
I played that game.
Yeah.
We played it, actually.
We
got a video.
Yeah, Project Playtime.
Yeah.
But if it was just like the series as a whole, and I guess Project Playtime as well, it's not a bad series. I like it. Obviously, it does have a bit of a mixed reception. I know that because, I don't know, they were doing something that was kind of weird or whatever. I honestly don't know, but it was something like that. But, for the game as it is, it's not a bad series. I really do enjoy a little bit of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd say the same for the fandom, though. No offense, okay? But, let's be honest. I think Poppy Playtime is like the second coming of Five Nights at Freddy's with the fandom. So yeah, Poppy Playtime overall isn't too bad. The gameplay is fun. It does take a little bit of time to figure out. It's very puzzly inducing. So yeah, Poppy Playtime is an interesting game. The story is interesting. It's almost kind of familiar with Indigo Park in a way, where it's like old-timey. It's like, it's in a factory, and over time it starts to get abandoned, and you decide to investigate it. Little do you know, you get trapped in there for what seems like all eternity. And there's been times where it seems like you could escape, but nope, not yet. Especially Chapter 2 when you're in the train. Spoilers, by the way. When you're trying to get through with all these puzzles and everything, you try to go to the train, you try to escape, but just when you think you're about to get out and you're home free, the tracks fucking turn on you. So, Yeah.
So you get run over by a train in a game?
No, you just fall. No, it sends you to another path that just falls you straight down.
Oh,
I haven't.
say.
I guess I'll mention this here. I don't know if I'll put it in the video, but I didn't get to that point on the channel yet with the video. So, but if I do, I'll probably release that someday in the future, hopefully. But either way, Poppy Playtime's a really interesting game. I'd probably say it's not too bad. What do you guys think?
I will put Poppy Playtime. The game that me and you played, I'll probably put that at not too bad.
I thought it was
me and PvP games. I don't know.
Yeah.
Poppy Playtime, I'll put that at not too bad as well. Not too bad.
Yeah, I'd say not too bad. I mean, I've watched Markiplier play it. Other than that,
Yeah.
I haven't played it
It's
myself.
too many chapters for me to keep up with. You know, I know there's Mommy Longlegs, then there's Huggy Wuggy.
And
That's
there's-
all I know, really.
And there's like dog characters or whatever.
Yeah, I don't even know. I
And the
just know
weird
those two.
Mr. Play-Doh monster guy. I actually,
Yeah,
I don't.
I know Huggy Wuggy's like the front man, like the poster boy. You know,
yeah.
the mascot.
Huggy Wuggy, Bugsy Boo, Bugsy Boo. I'm sorry.
All right, so next runner up, the table that I got to bring to this creepy spider-fested table, is Slender.
The
Not
Dark
the 8
Revival.
pages, not the 8 pages, but the Arrival, the game that came a year after. And honestly, I don't know. I should have went with 8 pages. I went with the Arrival because graphics are better, and I think there's more to do. Unlike the 8 pages, where I think 8 pages is shorter. But I included Slender on the list because it's a classic, man. You know, it's a creepypasta, but not only that, it just resonated with me when I was younger. So Slender Man is one of those. It's a creepypasta, a scary story out there on the internet that you know, everybody knows Slender Man. I don't think I gotta explain it really. It's a tall man. He's completely white, like completely pale, no face. He's very slender. He wears a suit and he got tentacles that come out of his back. And Slender Man, the 8 pages, what you do in that game, you gotta collect 8 pages. Each time you collect a page, I'm pretty sure it makes him more aggressive. And I think that's where that type of games first came out. I think that's where it really started to get, if not, that's where it became popular. Because you see Body Basics is nothing different from Slender Man. It's the same concept. You got to collect pages, you got to collect notebooks. That's what I'm trying to say, you know. I don't know if Slender Man was the first game to do that, but I'm pretty sure it's the first game to make that popular. The grab and go genre, or like the collect genre, I don't know. But yeah. Slender Man The Arrival, I'm sorry, I really am, because I really don't know. I brought it to the table. I don't know why I bring it. I remember Markiplier playing it. That's why I got it. I remember it takes place like there's a house. You go in the house. I think you find pages as well. That part of Slender Man never changed. So yeah, you always find pages. No matter what Slender Man game you're playing, you got to find pages. But yeah, maybe Jay can help me because he played it before. But yeah, I'll end it right there. I will place it on probably not too bad. I'll put it not too bad. Jay, can you back me up here? Like, do you remember? I never played that game.
With Slender the Arrival, you go into this house and you see these little hints that there's somebody there, but you're not fully sure who it is. And there's this little gate that's open in the backyard, and you go through it, and eventually you kind of meet, in a way, Slender Man, and he's up on a hill. And he's just there to intimidate you as of right now. And then eventually you find more pages. And then you unlock a whole new area. And then you're in this wooded area. And it's just it's basically just find pages and avoid looking at Slender Man.
Dude, the sun goes? Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the sun goes down. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I thought I remembered that. Yeah, the sun do go down.
So
I remember that.
At the beginning of the game, the sun is up, or just setting, really.
Yeah.
And the further you go into the woods, the darker it gets. And eventually you find this flashlight in the house, and then you kind of explore different areas, and it's just a whole pain in the butt because it's a big old puzzle game, but it's really good.
Also, I forgot to say real quick, Slender Man do teleport. It's kind of like a Jason thing. Not even Jason or Michael Myers. He stands there. You can't look at him for too long, because if you do, the screeching noise will get louder in your headset. and a static will cover your screen, so you got to avoid him and look away. You can tell when he's close because that still plays when you're not even looking at him. It just gets worse when you are looking at him. So
Yeah.
it's a very great concept. And Merrick, you got anything to say about it?
From what I know about Slenderman: The Arrival, I've heard some things about it. I've never really seen the game myself, but obviously knowing a bit about it, Slenderman, it's a pretty simple idea for what it is, like what you guys mentioned. But yeah, I mean, I've played other versions of it, or really one other version of the game. It's pretty creepy. Obviously, it starts to become old when, you know, it's the same old thing, like, oh, you're collecting pages. Don't turn around. Oh, Slenderman's gonna get you. Oh, holy shit. Oh, I can't run because I drink 50,000 pounds of water a day.
Yeah, but can I be honest? There was Markiplier got me hooked on series. There were so many games. There was one that took place in a mansion, a hospice. There was one called 7th Street. I know, I agree with Merrick, but at the same time, it's probably because I was younger. Bro, the games went so hard, even though it's the same concept each time, because the map layout was just so amazing. And I honestly like games that look kind of junky or trashy. I'm not trying to say Slenderman was trash. It's just the graphics they had back in it.
I still appreciate Slenderman as a series, and I still enjoy it. And, you know, just like what will come up after this a little bit for a particular series, it's the same idea after a while, but it does get a little unique every now and again. It always brings up a surprise, a good surprise. And that's what I like about these kind of games, that they're not trying to be the same old thing. In a way, they kind of are, but at least they try to throw in a bit of a surprise, or try to make it feel different than what it was before, and so on.
So I said not too bad. What do y'all agree?
I'd say not too bad.
Not too bad. Yeah, I would say not too bad. Probably ahead of Poppy Playtime.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is the 5th round. I hope you enjoyed this so far. The 5th and final round. So we will start with Jay the Ghost. Jay, I know what game you got to bring to the table, and honestly, I'm already gonna say it. It's God tier. So Jay,
For real.
go ahead, bring it downtown first. Go ahead, bring it to this nice shiny diamond table.
Now for the number 1 top favorite game, I'd have to go with Outlast.
Hell yeah.
Not because it's a very scary game, but yet it's very unique.
It's scary, Chief. It's scary to me.
It's terrifying.
I'm saying it's not only it's just scary, but it's unique.
Oh,
It's not like every other horror game you could play, like Resident Evil. So basically, you're this guy named Miles Upshur. At least I think that's what his name is.
No, yes. For the main game, yes.
Yeah. This is only the main game. We're not talking about the whistleblower or anything like that. Just a disclaimer. But anyway, you're Miles Upshur, and you're a reporter, and you like go into this asylum and
Mount Massive.
Mount Massive Asylum, and it's just crazy. It's a very crazy experience. You have to
I'm at the edge of my seat
it for yourself.
Like,
so like, you know, like how in Resident Evil, like you get guns and like all this stuff to protect yourself from these monsters, right?
Yes.
In Outlast, you don't
get
get
one thing.
None of that.
You get only one thing. Tell them the one thing.
You don't get anything.
You gotta run or hide.
Literally.
Tell them one thing you get though. What do you start with?
The camcorder.
Yes.
Hell yeah. That's literally
that's
literally what makes the game iconic. That's literally in their freaking thumbnail.
Yes.
So like, here's the thing about it. So like in like different other like, you know, games, like kind of like Outlast, there's points where you get to have like weapons or something to defend yourself. In Outlast, no. You get this camcorder, you get a bunch of hiding spots, and you have to be very careful or you're gonna die.
Yeah, because there's like a lot of mutated creatures. There's one that has, I think I remember about the game where it's like this guy has a fucking like, his head's like completely like just a box or whatever it was, I think. You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
No?
No.
Hold on.
I remember Chris Walker though, the big dude. That's his name, Chris Walker.
Oh, yeah. Chris Walker,
but
he was like a soldier.
Yeah, but like
he was a security. Yeah, he was, and he was a security guard too. But then he went crazy.
Yeah.
Like I know the lore about Outlast, but Jay, do you want to tell them what else I did with Outlast?
Well, hold on. The guy with the severed head and everything. You know, And of course, like the hospital.
What?
Wait,
You talking about the asylum?
yeah, the
I
asylum.
think I was gonna say I think you're either talking about the second game or
The second game is in the same asylum. Second game, ladies and gentlemen, is the DLC. That's Wayland Park.
No, I'm talking about Outlast 2. Like
Oh,
the whole
that was
completely different one.
that was in the village. Yeah, that was like in the
Yeah,
village.
that was in the village and the school.
Yeah, that was a good one too. That
Oh,
would
yeah,
be
that was
God
good.
tier as well. Outlast Trials, I'm really not a fan of. I haven't played it
No.
yet, but I was gonna say, ladies and gentlemen, I told Jay to say what I did with the game, but I grew up with this game. PewDiePie also showed me this
Oh,
game
yeah.
with Amnesia, but I just beat the game after all these
So-
years.
Just not so long ago, he was live streaming on his main channel. Shout out to Nels TK for sure.
Yeah.
He just beat it not so long ago, and not gonna lie, I just beat it too. I have
Yeah.
it on Switch, and I just finished it not so long ago.
It felt good, man. Like shout
Oh,
out to
yeah.
Red Barrels. I'm already doing the DLC. I tried to do it live, but it kind of lagged.
Now,
But yeah.
while we're on the topic of Outlast, Outlast Trials is an okay game. It's super scary. It has the same type of feeling where you're like playing Outlast 1, but with your friend. And you have like multiple different locations you get
Yeah.
to go to and like, extract and all that shit. But like there's like multiple different like objectives which I find kind of useless, especially playing a horror game and like, kind of like going around and doing this and avoiding them. But at the same time I get it, but it's not like the old Outlast, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's why I think I don't like it. I probably will I can't judge it because I haven't played. I only seen clips of it, but I think I kind of have a disfavor, or whatever you want to call it, because it's multiplayer. I know Outlast for single player after all these years, and seeing it be multiplayer just kind of turned me off, But
Yeah.
I might like it. You never know. I heard
But-
a lot of YouTubers like it, so but
Yeah. But personally, yeah, Outlast would probably be my top one game to play, or at least one of those top games to play.
God
I
tier.
would, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
God tier.
good game. I've heard a lot about it. I've seen stuff about it. It's a really good game. I would probably say it's the God tier of God
Yes.
tier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll say yes. It's the best game out of this whole list. I'm gonna
Yeah,
be honest.
yeah.
For
But
real.
it really is.
I would be very much looking forward to playing that game someday in the future.
Okay, so Merrick, what do you got to bring to this table that's out in this mysterious woods?
So, for the last game that I have, the very last game to put on this wonderful table that we have, that
Well,
has been evolving this whole goddamn episode. Literally. Is,
Shattered, rebuilt.
yeah. Yeah. The game I have is the one, the only, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yay.
Oh,
No, I'm kidding.
yes.
It's actually a really good game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Scott, come on down. Come on.
Hell yeah. I had to turn on my explosion sound. You guys can't hear it, but it's there.
Yeah. All right. So break it down for us, Merrick.
So, Five Nights at Freddy's. I feel like it's the most obvious one to put on this list because, of course, well, you're a night guard that works from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. And you know what's the crazy part? You have to guard the place from
Oh, man.
intruders and all that kind of stuff. But what's even crazier is the animatronics move at night. But really, though, like, the series as a whole is a really good series. If it wasn't FNAF, and it was, like, FNAF fan games, those games are also really, really good as well. But yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's, overall is a good series. Like, obviously I played, like, all but, like, maybe a couple of them. I never really got around to playing Help Wanted 2, but I am very interested in trying that out at some point in the future. But, just for the original series, the Click Team era, they're really good. Scott did a really, really good job in making the games good. I feel like FNAF 1 and 2, really just FNAF 1 was probably, in my opinion, the most horrifying one just because of the ambience and everything. FNAF 4 tries to do that, and I really love the game as it is. It's a fun game to play, it's terrifying, but it's a really fun game to play because, you get to listen out, and I usually hate games like that, but it makes it really worthwhile. And then, of course, you had Sister Location. It's more direct, but it's not terrible, I guess. Pizzeria Simulator is a really good game. It's probably, in my opinion, the best one of the series, just because it really brings the lore all together. Especially that ending, the certificate of completion. oh my god, when I first saw it, I was like sweating. I was feeling pressured from that ending. It was crazy. But if I had to say anything about Five Nights at Freddy's, I would probably say it's somewhere between pretty amazing and not too bad. But what do you guys think?
Oh hell no, it's God tier.
God tier?
It's God tier for sure.
Yeah, it's God tier.
You guys think it's God tier? I mean, okay.
It's God tier because he did so simple, or he did so much with something so simple. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
it's true.
and you gotta think, Scott had a really hard time back then before FNAF. And when it came to this series, it blew up, and it was really, really good.
I never seen something like it, bro. I remember first playing it like back in 2014, 2015. I played like off-brand, or no, I was watching someone. And you know who my first jump scare was?
Was it Bonnie?
Yes. Yes.
It was Bonnie.
Yes.
But yeah, the only thing I hate about Five Nights at Freddy's is that goddamn fat chicken. But anywho, it's a really good game. It's a really good series.
Yeah. I give it God tier. I don't know about y'all, but I wouldn't say it's better than Outlast. I probably wouldn't even say it's better than Resident Evil 3. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's a click point styled game. I feel like it's not. I know it's not limited, or like meaning like it's just not my cup of tea. Cup of tea. Yeah, it's not a cup of tea. It's like I love that genre, but I like 3D adventure. I love open world 3D adventures better. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like Outlast and Resident Evil 3 kind of fit that narrative. So, but it's definitely still God tier. That don't make it no less.
Yeah.
It's just that it's not better for me.
Right. The other downside is probably Security Breach, which, I mean, Security Breach is not bad. I don't want to, before anybody starts putting up their pitchforks and saying, oh, fuck you, Mario, what, you saying Security Breach is shit tier? Like, really? It's not a bad game. I thought it was interesting. And also, good timing for this video, because Secrets of the Mimic is coming out, and I'm very much looking forward to playing it, though. But yeah, Security Breach wasn't too bad when I played it. It did get a little, I guess in a way, kind of boring over time, just because I was struggling so much, but it wasn't that bad, I guess.
Alright.
It was alright.
Are we ready to put it up there?
Heck yeah, let's say, I would probably say, if you guys say it's God tier, I'll probably put it at the very bottom of God tier at least.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the final game that I got to present to this table that is, it's located in our room. Okay, that works. So this table, or I'm not sorry, I'm so used to tables, speaking about tables. This game is called Dark Deception. Dark Deception, I love Dark Deception.
Oh, yeah.
Because Markiplier was the first person to show it to me. When he played it, it was a demo, and it looked not very different, but very different from a graphic standpoint. The point is, you are this human that died, that I guess had a traumatic past, and you meet this woman named Bierce.
Yeah,
and she takes you through like the afterlife of chapters. I don't know, but there's different chapters to the game. The first chapter is free, the rest you gotta buy. I think you just gotta buy chapter 2, then they're all unlocked. But like, for example, the first chapter is a maze, and it's filled with killer monkeys. Death by monkey. That's something she says if you die, by the way.
Yeah.
Trust me and believe me, I played the game. I went through hell. But anyways, it's a monkey. It's monkeys chasing you, and you gotta. It's Pac-Man, actually. That's the best way to put it. It's Pac-Man.
It's basically like Pac-Man.
Yeah. And chapter 2 is it's about a girl, and I think the devil's involved, like their own interpretation of the devil. He's like, he can't get to you because you're in this like pocket universe. You only can see him and communicate through a door. It's like an eye. He's like an eye. But it's a very cool game because it's different chapters, and I love games like that got different chapters. Like there's a chapter where there's ducks in the sewer. There's a chapters where it plays on that Doctor Who Weeping Angels concept, where you look at the statues, they stand still. Look away, they come and get you. It's pretty cool. It's a very great game. God tier, I'll put that pretty amazing. It's probably not God tier. It's pretty amazing. I played the game. It's posted on my channel. I would put that pretty amazing. What about y'all?
Say pretty amazing too.
Yeah, the game's actually pretty fun. I haven't played it myself, but I know enough to know what it is. I would say it's a simple concept, at least for where it started as. I mean, it was a really interesting game when it first, appeared way back in 2013, didn't it?
Yeah, it came out like years ago.
Years
Probably
ago.
2014 or 2015. I think it's 2015, but yeah, probably around there. It's
Somewhere around there. I think it was 2015. I'm not sure, but either way, it's a fun game. I don't know if I would say it's. I could say it's probably pretty amazing, maybe below Amnesia, but yeah, I don't know.
All right, so go ahead and pretty amazing. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you see the list. Go ahead and analyze it. Outlast is just a better game. You know, it really is. I love Outlast.
So good, I might actually get the game right after this. Maybe.
Yeah. So, you know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of Tripod. I have been your co-host, Nels TK. Click, click. This has been Jada Goes.
Thank you everybody for watching.
And this has been the Merrick.
Was that the part of 87?